Good evening and welcome to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Eagle 100.5, Hobbs Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. Tonight's game is being presented under the auspices of the New Mexico Activities Association with rights granted by that organization and purchased by Walmart Digital and Eagle 100.5 Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by NMAA Pipeline, Thriftway and La Tienda Grocery Stores, Precision SunGuard Precision, Rent-A-Center, Eunice Pump and Supply, New Mexico Junior College, Lasco Construction, DNC Electric, Hydrotech Services, The Coffee Shop, IPS, XL Energy, Lico, The Outlaw Grill, Hobbs Rental, and Albertsons Market. I'm TJ Miracle here at world-famous Tasker Arena, getting ready for the very first round of the 2025 NMAA Nucinda Federal Credit Union State Girls Basketball Tournament. The first round, of course, are what used to be called the regional games. They are the home site games. Winner of tonight will move on into the quarterfinals in the Albuquerque portion of the state tournament on Tuesday afternoon. Piedra Vista comes into this one at number 16 in the state, squeaking into the playoffs with a 12-16 record. They were 3-7 overall in their district under head coach Joe Reed. Piedra Vista scoring about 48 points per game while giving up just under 54. So Hobbs has already played this team once this season. It was back day one of the annual holiday tournament, and the Lady Eagles ran away with it 91-34 back on the 26th of December. Of course, a lot can change in the basically 2.5 months since we last saw this Lady Panthers team. Hobbs on a 26-game winning streak, 26-1, and of course a perfect 6-0 in district, and then 1-0 in the district tournament, taking care of Carlsbad handily to win both the regular season and the district tournament titles. So hope you are having fun, as we've got a full slate of basketball for you tonight. 5 games going on all at one time, all over the place. At halftime in Eunice tonight, first round of that game, Charlie on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com, Charlie Fairbrush. Eunice was holding on to a slim 17-15 lead over Mesilla Valley Christian. About the time this one gets underway, our other 3 games, in addition to this one, will be getting underway. The Lovington Lady Cats on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, taking on the Hope Christian Huskies. Dawn Morgan with the call on that one. Then you've got the Jowl Lady Panthers. They are on the road all the way up in Pecos tonight. On the Jowl Sports YouTube channel, Ron Gunter with the audio call on that one. We were not able to secure the video rights for the Lady Panthers, but Ron has the audio call for you. Jowl Sports YouTube, and the Tatum Lady Coyotes, the other Lee County #1 team. Lady Coyotes #1 in Class 2A, taking on Estancia. Tatum Sports YouTube channel, Ava and Adriana with the call on that one. So a full night of basketball, and of course we got even more basketball tomorrow for you. We'll talk about that as we move on through the evening. So let's go ahead and take a time out. When we come back, we will set the starting lineups for you and get you ready for the tip-off. Hobbs Lady Eagle playoff basketball is right here on Eagle 100.5, Hobbs Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to your Hobbs Lady Eagle pregame show here on Eagle 100.5, HobbsAmerica.com, and the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo tonight. Dawn Morgan on assignment, and Jonathan Allen a little under the weather tonight, so I will apologize in advance for any oopsies on the camera tonight. It is all on me, but hey, we're going to have a good time as we get ready for the start of the 2025 playoffs. The Hobbs Lady Eagles, of course, making it to the semis last year. They want to make it one game farther this year, and I think they can do it, but they've got to go through a tough Piedra Vista team. Piedra Vista at number 16 coming into these playoffs. They're pretty much playing with house money. Hobbs cannot get overconfident against this team, even though they've already run them out of here 91-34 back during the holiday tournament. As we mentioned, an awful lot can change between then and now. Girls to watch for on Piedra Vista and for the Panthers will be Tyla Holyan. She averages 17.3 points a game, and she also pulls down 6.5 rebounds. She is their leading scorer, rebounder, assist. She's pretty much do it all. Jamie Pierce backs her up with 11 points a game. They've got some other girls who are pretty tough inside and on the glass too, with Sharina John averaging just over 4 rebounds a game, and Ayana Curley averaging 4.5 rebounds per game. So some girls to watch for the visiting Lady Panthers of Piedra Vista. Let's go ahead and run down the roster for Coach Joe Reed's Lady Panthers. 12-16 on the season, but made it into the dance as the number 16 seed. Your non-starters tonight for Piedra Vista are number 11, Emily Bailey, number 14, Michaela Perea, number 21, Eden Reed, number 22, Chloe Hickman, number 30, Kira Westbrook, number 32, Malaya Kesswood, number 33, Octaviana John, number 42, Shaina John, and number 44, Ayana Curley. For the Lady Panthers, their starting 5 tonight will be number 5, Jordis Fage, number 10, Jamie Pierce, number 15, Tyla Hoyan, number 23, Karen Stanley, and number 24, Annika Stanley. On the other side of the court, the Hobbs Lady Eagles, your non-starters for Coach Joey Carpenter's top-ranked squad, coming in at 26-1, and they were a perfect 6-0 in district. Got the top seed into these playoffs. Non-starters will be number 10, Addison Everhart, number 12, Aliana Armitage, number 23, Corelli Rivera, number 24, Carolina Size, number 30, Areli Navarro, number 33, Caitlin Muniz, number 34, Alana Bolton, and number 52, Katie Godwin. It's the starting 5 that we have seen all season long for Coach Carp's Lady Eagles. Number 4, Madison Zapata, number 14, Brett Clay, number 15, Nakaya Mojica, number 20, Bryn Hargrove, and number 22, Kendall Cunningham. Well, the Lady Eagles going to come into this one tonight and just look to play their game. They have not really been pushed much this season, and I would expect this Piedra Vista team, they know they got nothing to lose. They are not expected to win this game, and sometimes that takes all the pressure off a visiting team. Good crowd on hand here tonight, and so the Lady Eagles going to be looking to put on a show, but it's Piedra Vista going to look to play spoiler and keep Hobbs from going up to Albuquerque for the first time, and I don't even know how many years. Of course, since 2018, the Lady Eagles have picked up 3 banners. So in the last, what would that be, 7 years, 3 titles. They'd like to make it another one. Last year, the first time they hadn't been to the finals in 7 seasons, so 6 straight finals for the Lady Eagles, and looking to get back after the disappointment of 1 season ago. So the team's out on the court, still warming up here tonight as we get ready for the start of this one. A big thank you to all the great folks who make Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball possible, including NMR Pipeline, Thriftway and La Tienda Grocery Stores, SunGuard Precision, Rent-A-Center, Eunice Pump and Supply, New Mexico Junior College, Lasco Construction, DNC Electric, Hydrotech Services, The Coffee Shop, IPS, XL Energy, Lico, Outlaw Grill, Hobbs Rental, and Albertsons Market. If you're watching the broadcast, you see them there at the bottom of your screen, and they make it possible for us to do this without ever having to charge you to watch and listen to your team's play. Be sure you thank those folks who support your Hobbs Lady Eagles. Of course, we will not have video when we get to Albuquerque next week. They have a separate outfit who does that, and they do charge you, but we will have the games for you on the radio and audio available on the streams Winner tonight will take on the winner of Clovis and Volcano Vista Tuesday afternoon at the pit, 1:15 p.m. in the quarterfinals for the 2025 Nucinda Credit Union Girls State Basketball Championships. So both of these squads going to look to get there and make their mark up at the state tournament. Of course, our coverage tonight and on all of our video streaming games this weekend, granted rights by the New Mexico Activities Association, purchased by Walmart Digital, One Radio Square Sports, Eagle 100.5 Sports. So we can bring you the pictures on 6 of the games this weekend. We're proud to be able to do that for you as the teams continuing their warm-ups, of course. Good crowd filtering in for a little Friday night basketball. There'll be another game here tomorrow night as the Hobbs boys, number 2 in the state, will take on the Las Cruces Bulldogs. That game 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Also going to be here on Eagle 100.5. I know boys usually over on our sister station, Cool 95.7. We had some prior commitments tomorrow night on Cool, so the boys tomorrow night will be on Eagle 100.5. We will have video for that one also. Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com as well. Ty Friend with the call on that one. Also tomorrow for the Hobbs Eagles, the Black Gold Slug Fest continuing. As tomorrow, 12:30, the Hobbs Eagles will take on the other Farmington squad, this time the Farmington Scorpions. That'll be at 12:30 tomorrow. Hobbs Sports YouTube, Charlie Fairbrush agreeing to sit in on that one for Hobbs baseball tomorrow at 12:30. Then Hobbs basketball tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Now, boys' side of the bracket, tomorrow the Jowl Panthers will be on the road up in Espanola at McCurdy Christian. Ron Gunner will have that for you. Jowl Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. The Eunice Cardinals on the road in Albuquerque. They'll be taking on Legacy Academy. Dawn Morgan will have the call on that one for you at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. And the Lovington Wildcats also going to be up in Albuquerque. They'll be taking on Valley at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. I'll have the call on that one. Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. And, of course, Hobbs Eagles tomorrow night, number 2 team in Class 5A, taking on Las Cruces. That is always a rivalry matchup and a great game. Ty Friend having that call for you tomorrow night. So the teams are huddling up. The Lady Eagles have gone back in to their dressing room. We are getting ready to put a wrap on your Hobbs Lady Eagle pregame show. Come back, we'll give you the starters once again and tip this one off as they start the sizzle reel here at Tasker Arena. Getting ready for the start of the 2025 state tournament. The Lady Eagles and the Lady Panthers of Piedra Vista. They're on the way next right here on KEJL, Humble City Hobbs, K263AZ Hobbs, Eagle 100.5, the Eagle 100.5 app, Hobbs Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball here on Eagle 100.5, Hobbs Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle at world-famous Tasker Arena. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing as we get ready for this first-round matchup between the top-ranked, top-seeded Hobbs Lady Eagles and the number 16 seed Piedra Vista Lady Panthers. For the Lady Panthers, under head coach Joe Reed, they are 12-16 on the year. Their starters tonight will be number 5, Jordis Fage, number 10, Jamie Pierce, number 15, Tyla Hoyan, number 23, Karen Stanley, and number 24, Annika Stanley. On the other side of the court for your Hobbs Lady Eagles, it'll be the same lineup that we have seen pretty much all season long. All 27 games, with the exception of the very first one, have featured the starting lineup at number 4, Madison Zepeda, number 14, Brett Clay, number 15, Nakaya Mojica, number 20, Bryn Hargrove, and number 22, Kendall Cunningham. For the visiting Lady Panthers, they are in the Road Navy uniforms, a very dark navy, almost black with white letters and numbers. And for the Hobbs Lady Eagles, they are in the home white unis with the black letters and numbers and the gold trim and accent. Tonight's game on the video coverage with rights granted by the New Mexico Activities Association and paid for by Walmart Digital and Eagle 100.5 Sports. A full night of basketball tonight around Lee County. All 5 girls teams in. Another full day tomorrow. 4 of the boys teams making it into the dance and trying to move on into the Albuquerque portion of this year's NMAA Nucinda Credit Union Girls Basketball State Championship. Winner tonight will take on the winner of Clovis and Volcano Vista. That game going on right now up in Clovis. That game will be scheduled for 1:15 on Tuesday afternoon at the Pit. That game will be available here on Eagle 100.5 and audio only on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. Of course, as we mentioned, for the Lady Eagles, the 5 starters look for significant minutes tonight, as we've been seeing from Aliana Armitage and Carolina Size, and also Kaislyn Muniz. They are really the 6th girl coming off the bench, but we've seen Coach Karp all season long. He's not afraid to just do almost complete hockey line changes. As we've gotten later on in the season, too, we've also seen Addison Everhart getting a lot of significant time, and Corelli Rivera, Areli Navarro, also picking up more time on the court as well, getting ready for this state tournament. Of course, the Lady Eagles on a 26-game winning streak. They have not lost since that 5-point loss to Sandia, who's number 2 in the state, very first game of the year up in Albuquerque. So the teams have been introduced and they are out onto the court. Something about the pageantry of Tasker Arena, Taskervich, the little dribblers. Of course, a great crowd on hand. The bottom deck pretty much is full to capacity. A few folks filtering in to the upper decks as we get ready to start this one. As the Lady Eagles head to the Flying H at center court, it'll be Kendall Cunningham. She will head into the ring to take the jump against Tyla Hoyan, and we are ready to go. First round basketball action tonight from here at Tasker Arena. So the refs pointing, making sure everybody knows where they're supposed to be and that they're ready. And here we go tonight. Playoff action underway, and the opening tip will be controlled by Piedra Vista as it goes into the hands of Pierce. She'll hand it off to Fage, and she'll move it in, and Hobbs immediately will steal it away as Bryn Hargrove will move it into the front court, feed it off to Brett Clay, and just like that, the Hobbs Lady Eagles strike first. An early 2-0 lead off of the turnover. Tossing it in early as we had a late sub, and Hobbs will steal it away on the inbound, and then a bad pass, and that one will go out of bounds, and not able to handle it will be Hargrove. So Hobbs gives it right back. A late sub is Iona Curley getting an early check-in. She'll throw it, beat the Hobbs pressure. Piedra Vista into the front court. Moving it around is Fage. She'll pick it up, toss it over to Pierce. She puts up the 3 ball, no good, and it'll be Cunningham with the rebound. Kendall's first. She'll just bring it herself across the timeline. No look pass into the corner for Clay, and she'll pull up from 15, shot up, no good, and the rebound is going to be brought down by Stanley. Stanley pushes it forward to Curley, almost loses it. She'll push it over back to Stanley, but nobody home as Fage not ready for it, out of bounds. Third turnover for Volcano Vista, but Hobbs is only cashed in on the first one thus far. 2-0 our score. 1 minute gone in this first round game. As Clay will inbound it to Hargrove. Brand will bring it up and into the offensive zone, and Hobbs will set it up to Zepeda. As Stanley comes out to guard her. Zepeda to Hargrove, moves it to the right elbow. No look pass back out to Zepeda. Zepeda cross-court pass to Mojica. Mojica going to be partially blocked and out of bounds. Flashing over and getting a good hand up was Stanley. Knocking that one out. It'll stay Hobbs basketball just left of their own bucket. Mojica to inbound it under pressure from Hoyan. Tosses in, gets it to Clay. Clay will take it into the left lane, puts it high off the glass. No good, but Cunningham is there with the rebound and the putback. Second rebound for Cunningham, her first bucket of the ball game, as inbounding it will be Curley. And they'll move it into the front court, tossing it to Pierce. She'll take it to the left baseline, gets bumped, and the ball touched by Cunningham and out of bounds. Sorry about the camera, folks. I am flying solo tonight. So it'll stay Lady Panther basketball. From left of their own bucket, looking to get that one. It'll be Stanley. She will get it in, and that one will be blocked and taken away by the Lady Eagles. Back down the floor to Cunningham, and Kendall will lay it up and in on the fast break. 2 boards, 2 buckets, and a 6-0 lead for the Lady Eagles, and they will try and steal away the inbound, and they will. It'll wind up in the hands of Zepeda. To Clay, right corner for 3, and bang! Brett Clay with 5 points. And a 9-0 run to start the ball game, and Coach Reed says, all right, let's talk about this one. Takes a 30-second timeout. We'll take this moment to say a big thank you to our friends at Albertsons Market, Hobbs Rental, Outlaw Grill, Linco, XL Energy, IPS Incorporated, The Coffee Shop, Hydrotech Services, D&C Electric, Lasco Construction, New Mexico Junior College, Eunice Pump and Supply, Rent-A-Center, SunGuard Precision, Thriftway, and La Tienda Grocery Stores, and NMAA Pipeline, making Lady Eagle basketball possible here tonight. And, of course, watching free of charge because of those great sponsors. Whenever you're out shopping or making decisions, be sure you thank those businesses and support them with your business. So it'll be Curley to inbound it. Tosses in, and getting a hand on it is Zepeda, and knocking it away. 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Hobbs on a 9-0 run to start the quarter. Curley looks to inbound it again, and she'll throw the Hail Mary down and will be taken away. And back down come the Lady Eagles with Hargrove from 15. That one is up no good, and the rebound going to be brought down by Fage. And she'll push it into the front court. Get it there to Stanley. Stanley to Curley. Then the head fake by Pierce. Pierce tossing it back to Curley. Curley takes it through the left lane, puts up a desperation shot. No good, high off the glass, and Mojica with it, pushes it down the court to Hargrove, and Bren misses the point blanker, and it'll be Fage with her second rebound of the ball game. And then a foul going to be called as Mojica was stumbling going to the floor. Going to get Nakaya for her first personal, first team foul on Hobbs.
First team foul, the Lady Eagles. Checking in for the Lady Panthers, number 33, Octi John.
And so Octi John will check in for Piedra Vista. Hobbs sending in some reinforcements too as Kaitlin Muniz will come in. And on the inbound, it'll be stolen away. Another turnover for Piedra Vista, their 7th. Give it to Ariana Armitage, now working around. 2 Size for 3, left wing, and bang! Welcome into the game, Carolina Size, the freshman coach's kid, drains the tray and makes it a 12-0 ball game to start things off. Fage gets a little screen from Charlie. Hobbs just goes right through it, and it'll be Size who gets it back, but then throws it right back away into the hands of Fage. Fage to Charlie, working center court, coming near side, getting it over to Pierce in the left wing. Over to Fage, she'll spin, go into the post, puts up a shot, going to be blocked by Cunningham, but right back into the hands of Charlie. Charlie will feed it underneath. Push shot up by Hoyan, no good. Her put back, no good, and it'll be Brett Clay who comes through and will control it and take it back into the front court. Clay to Muniz, left corner for 3, and bang! Kaitlin Muniz makes it a 15-0 run for the Lady Eagles. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first. The full court press is on, and it'll be Clay stealing it away. Brett gonna get a block foul. She was driving on the right baseline. They're gonna call that one on Jamie Pierce. Her first personal, first team foul on Piedra Vista. As checking in will be Shaina John for Piedra Vista. Kendall Cunningham checks out. Katie Godwin in for the Lady Eagles. Lady Eagle basketball, as it'll be Cotto to inbound it from just right of the bucket. Size, Armitage, Godwin, Clay, and Muniz on the floor. Get it into Brett, and she'll just take it around and put it up, and that one going to roll off the rim and no good. But another steal back, and it'll be Size. She'll push it to Clay, top of the arc. Over to Muniz, thinks about taking the three, and then she'll just take it in, put up the runner from about 10 and up and in for Caseland. She's got 5 in the ball game, 17-0 to start the run here in the ball game. Hobbs has already forced 10 turnovers as we hit the halfway mark of the first. Piedra Vista will get it into the offensive zone. Ooh, almost a travel there, but Stanley picks it up and will save it over onto the right wing to Hoyan. Hoyan takes it to the right block and then across to Pierce. Pierce from the left wing, shot up, no good, and off of the tip, battle for it, and it'll be Armitage with the rebound. Aliana feeds it down. Caseland Muniz, left wing, 3-ball up, no good, and it'll be another rebound for Piedra Vista. That'll be Stanley's third. Under pressure, Armitage comes over and says, thank you, that's mine, but then her shot going to be blocked, and it'll be right into the hands of John. And then Aliana will get called for the bump. Her first personal, second team foul as she was battling near side with Stanley. 3:24 remaining here in the first. Hobbs up 17-0.
Second team foul, the Lady Eagles.
As I apologize about the camera, it went a little goofy there for a minute. So Kendall Cunningham back in the game for the Lady Eagles as Armitage will swat that one away into Taskovich. Piedra Vista keeps the basketball as it'll be Octi John. From just in front of Taskovich, she will toss it in. Has to toss it into the backcourt to Pierce. Gets it back to John. She knocks over Size. No call either way. They're going to let him play on. To Stanley. To Pierce. Out to John. Then they'll come near side, get it back to Pierce, and she'll throw one into the deep right corner. Then they'll move it in, and a little runner is up and good by Hoyan. First bucket of the ball game for Piedra Vista comes right at the 3-minute mark. Armitage back the other way. And a quick foul called against Volcano Vista as Armitage driving in. Going to call that one on John, her first personal. Second team foul on Piedra Vista. It'll stay Hobbs basketball. Size to inbound it just right at Taskovich. Gets it into Kendall, gives it right back to Carolina. Carolina to Muniz, working the right wing, taking it deep right corner. She works there against John. Back out to Size to Armitage. Armitage, the little crossover, working against the other. John throw it in. Godwin saves it. Out to Kendall, left wing for 3, and her shot up, no good. And another rebound going to be brought down by Piedra Vista. This time it's John. Flip it forward, and Size goes after it. Almost gets it, but Volcano Vista will save it. They'll set back up, and they're in, trailing 17-2. A long three-pointer is up and good. Hoyan. A little 5-0 run now for Piedra Vista. Cuts it down. Oh, they're going to say her foot was on the line, I guess. Okay. Well, Hobbs basketball. I'll fix the score bug in a minute. Is Armitage on the floor and loses it on the baseline, and that'll be the 4th turnover for the Lady Eagles. I really thought Hoyan was behind the line on that one, but the officials did not see it that way. But the 4th Hobbs turnover will give Piedra Vista the basketball back with 2:07 remaining here in the first. A 13-point Hobbs lead, 17-4. Inbounding it will be John. As John bounces it into Fage. Fage under pressure from Bryn Hargrove, who just checked back in. Bad pass, and Hobbs will come over and take it away, forcing the 12th turnover. Zapata with it. She works against Hoyan. And to Bryn. Bryn the crossover, takes it to the free throw line, out to Clay. Clay's going to start her run in, then she'll get it to Zapata. Right wing, 3 up, and that one is no good. Another rebound, this time by John. Hobbs getting killed on the boards here in the first, but they lead it 17-4 with 95 seconds to go as Hargrove gets the hand on it and almost saves it before it goes out. So 93 seconds to go in the first. Hobbs forcing 12 turnovers here in this first quarter. And have just been pretty much playing mix and match since about the 5-minute mark as Keyswood will check in now. See some time for the Lady Panthers. As John will toss it in, gets it to Fage in the backcourt. On her tight will be Zapata. Fage looking for some room in front of Taskovich, not finding it, picks up the dribble, tosses it over, tries to throw it inside, saving it'll be John. John on the deep baseline, tosses out to John. John to John, 3 up and no good, and it'll be Clay with her second board of the ball game. The Air Force commit will take it off, leave it off for Zepeda. Zepeda long cross-court pass, Hargrove, left wing, 3 up and bang! Bryn Hargrove drains the tray. Breaks a bit of a scoring drought for Hobbs and a 5-0 run by Piedra Vista's. Hobbs will steal it away on the inbound once again to Hargrove, same spot, left wing, 3 up and bang! Same result once again. 6 points for Bryn Hargrove, makes it 23-4. 45 seconds remaining here in the first. Hobbs in command early. Toss it to John in the front court. John to John. She spins it top of the arc and then spins it right into Bryn Hargrove's hands. Bryn gets it to a wide open Brett Clay, who lays it off the right glass and up and in. And Hobbs will almost steal away the inbound again with 22 seconds remaining here in the first. 25-4, 21-point Lady Eagles lead. Get it over to John, and then a 3-ball up, no good, and Cunningham will have her third board of the ball game with 10 seconds to go. Kendall weaves through traffic, thinks about dumping it off, instead puts up the push shot, no good, and the rebound going to be brought down by Keyswood, and then a foul going to be called. Well, let's see who went through the back. I looked down momentarily, didn't see it. Going to call that on Micaiah Mojica, her second personal, third team foul on Hobbs. With 2.8 seconds to go here in the first. Jamie Pierce will check back in. She'll come in for Keyswood. And Piedra Vista will have it with a chance to try and launch one at the buzzer and into the front court. That one is going to be tipped away, and Clay at the buzzer, no good, but Hobbs forces the 15th turnover of the first half and leads this one by a score of 25-4. We'll be back in 1 minute. Hobbs Lady Eagle playoff basketball continues on Eagle 100.5. It'll be Lady Eagle basketball as we come back for the start of the second quarter of this first round matchup. Winner moves on. The loser gets ready to run track and play softball. I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Thanks so much for being with us tonight, wherever you are around Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and the world. Eagle 100.5, Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. Starters on the floor for the Lady Eagles. It'll be Hargrove tossing it out to Clay. Clay to Mojica out there with 2 fouls. Starters on the floor for the Lady Eagles. Mojica to Zepeda, the little head fake. She'll take it into the high post, needs some help. Gets it out to the Air Force commit, Clay. Brent will take it to the free throw line, then to Mojica in the left slot for 3, and bang! You leave Nakaya that open. She'll make you pay. 28-4 now. Hobbs up by 24, and on the inbound, swatted away by Hargrove. So Curley looks to inbound it now from the sideline. She'll flip it in, get it into the front court. Working it around is Stanley. Stanley picks up the dribble, back to Curley, then comes near side to Fage. Getting to her quickly was Zepeda. Now to the right elbow, turnaround for Curley, and it is in and out, no good. But the rebound will be made by Pierce. Oh, that was Hoyan, sorry. So Hoyan with all 6 points for Piedra Vista. And then a collision, and they will just say no harm, no foul. Ball goes out, last touched by Piedra Vista. Aliana Armitage comes in for Madison Zepeda. The junior guard for the Lady Eagles can be a real spark plug. So they'll get it on to Aliana, and she will run the point, take it back between the rings, and settle it there. Now comes to Hargrove in front of the near side fan section. Bounce it in to Clay from the right elbow. Clay spin move, tossing out Mojica, left corner for three, and that one off the mark. Brent will out battle everybody, gets the rebound, and Hobbs will reset. To Armitage, toss it over to Hargrove, left corner for Bren. That one up no good, and it'll be Hoyan with the rebound. That'll be her third, and then they will call jump ball. Nice job by the Lady Eagles to tie that one up, but it will stay in possession of Piedra Vista. 6.5 to go here in the first half. 28-6 is the score. Curley pushes it in, and Aliana says, nope, that's fine, I'll take it. She takes it off the right baseline. I'll have to toss it out to Cunningham. Kendall wide open from the top of the arc, thinks better of it. Hobbs will get it around Brett. She will take it from the top, and bang, Brett Clay with her second tray of the ball game. She's got 10 already. 31-6, Hobbs in command of this one, and then we got to travel as the jump stop by Pierce before she let it fly. 17 turnovers, and we've only played 10 minutes in this one. 6:15 remaining here in the first half. 31-6 in favor of Hobbs. So Octi John will come back in for Piedra Vista. Hobbs has Armitage, Clay, Hargrove, Cunningham, and Mojica on the floor. And then a whistle sounds, an official timeout. Not sure what they're going to be talking about here. Maybe something about folks moving through and in and out across the timeline, or maybe they're going to check something on the floor here. They're pointing over to something over in front of the stands on the visiting side of the court. So while we've got a moment, take this opportunity to say a big thank you to NMR Pipeline, Thriftway and La Tienda, SunGuard Precision, Rent-A-Center, Eunice Pump and Supply, and MJC Lasco Construction, D&C Electric, and Hydrotech Services, among others, making Lady Eagle basketball possible. And we've got our first win of the night for Lee County here in the 2025 NMAA State Tournament. The Eunice Lady Cardinals victorious tonight over Mesilla Valley, 49-42 in that one. So congratulations to the Lady Cards. They'll be moving on to 6:30 on Tuesday night at the Rio Rancho Event Center. And we will have, of course, those games for you. And I'll look up when we go to halftime who they are going to be potentially playing. Also a big thanks tonight to the coffee shop, IPS Incorporated, XL Energy, Lico, Outlaw Grill, Hobbs Rental, and Albertsons Market, making Lady Eagle playoff basketball possible. And, of course, in video tonight with rights granted by the New Mexico Activities Association and purchased by Walmart Digital and Eagle 100.5 Sports. Tomorrow night, right back here at Tasker Arena, Ty Friend will have the call as the number 2 ranked Hobbs Eagles will take on the Las Cruces Bulldogs, number 15 in the state. But that is a rivalry matchup, and Hobbs has had some trouble with Las Cruces on the hardwood over the years. That should be a fantastic matchup tomorrow night, right back here at Tasker Arena. 5:45 Eagle pregame show, 6 o'clock the tip-off for that one on the boys' side of things. So, all right, I guess they got everything cleaned up over on the sideline, and back to the action. It will be Lady Eagle basketball. New official letting the ball rest with a young fan just to the right of Taskovich. So Hobbs will keep the same players on the floor. 31-6 is the score. As Armitage looks to inbound it, she'll toss it into Cunningham, who gives it right back to Aliana and then sets a screen for her. Aliana spins through the lane and puts up a wild shot, no good, but bodies go flying as Armitage going to get fouled. They're going to call that one, I think, on Phage. We'll see for sure. Actually, they're going to call it on John. That'll be her second personal. First team foul. And so Armitage will head to the line to shoot two. First trip for either team to the free throw line tonight. Well, Aliana's first one is up, and it is good. Armitage in the books, and now it is a 32-6 lead. Well, Emily Bailey coming in for Piedra Vista. Bailey, Phage, Curley. Second one on the way, and Aliana gets them both. And makes this a 33-6 ball game. Hobbs in command, and the inbound going to be knocked away by Armitage and off the hands of Fage and over into the Lady Eagles' hands once again. And so Cheyenne John comes in. You got John Oyen as the inbound to Cunningham, and she'll take it off the glass, but she'll be fouled. Going to get John for that one, I got to think. Kendall will head to the line for two. Well, they're going to get Bailey. So Bailey just checking into the ballgame, picks up the foul, and Hobbs back to the line. So Cunningham at the line. First one up for Kendall, and it is good. That's one place that Cunningham has really improved over her time on this varsity squad from the free throw line. One point was about a 50-50 shooter. She's up about 70% now. Second one on the way for Kendall, and that one will roll in and out. Battle for the rebound underneath, and it'll be brought down by John. She'll outlet it over to Fage, who brings it in front of Taskovich, and then will back it up near the timeline. Bouncing top of the arc to John, and then they'll toss it into the deep right corner for Stanley. Stanley pulls the trigger from the right wing. Got a little space out there. No good, and it'll be Clay with her fourth board of the ball game. Brett takes it into the front court, leaves it for Armitage, tossing back into Clay, but that one stepped in front of and stolen away. Nice job by Stanley, but then Armitage says, nope, I'll just take it right back. Take it coast to coast, up and in for Aliana. She forces the turnover and then gets the bucket. 30-point Hobbs lead. This could be a very fast second half. Fage to the front court to John, and then a three ball up, and that one no good. But the rebound, a long one brought down by John, and then another three up, and that one's good by Hoyen again. Her first three ball of the ball game. Snaps a Hobbs run as Hobbs brings it back into the offensive zone. Armitage for three from the right wing, and bang! Aliana, not normally a three-point threat, but says, all right, I'll just get it back up by 30 here. And from the pressure, Hobbs will take it away at midcourt with Mohican. Akaya feeds it out. They'll get it to Bren in the left wing for three, or left corner, and bang. Bren Hargrove now with 9, all from beyond the arc, and timeout taken by Coach Joe Reed. So with 4:43 to go here in the first half, Hobbs 42, Piedra Vista 9. We're back in a minute on Eagle 100.5. Lady Eagles will steal away the inbound. Aliana Armitage puts up the shot, no good, but then Hobbs will come down with it. His size will reset the trigger. Get it to Armitage, now to Clay. Clay to the right wing for three, and bang! Brett Clay with now 13 points, and the Piedra Vista timeout does not help him at all, and Hobbs gets another turnover back to the hands of Clay. Clay throwing it to Armitage, who falls to the floor, and they are going to call the block foul on Piedra Vista. Aliana up with a smile on her face. They're going to get Bailey for her second quick personal. So her second, and that'll be the third team foul on Piedra Vista. Hobbs up by 36 points when we're not even a halfway through the second period yet. His subs coming in for the Lady Eagles. Octi John back in for Piedra Vista. Caitlin Muniz in for Hobbs, so the two 33s check in. Size will get it into Clay. Clay just takes it through the left lane, puts up a shot, and that one is going to be off the bottom of the iron, and it'll be Gianna John with the rebound, her third. Piedra Vista back to the front court. John to Bailey. Bailey bouncing it to John, and high off the glass and good. Gianna John Cheyenne John with the bucket as Hobbs throws the fastball, and that one will be out of bounds, but they're going to say last touch by Piedra Vista. So Hobbs will keep it. I actually thought Hobbs may have touched that one last. And that'll be sized inbound right of her own bucket. Caro gets it in at the 4 count. Brett will go chase it back down between the rings, then hand it off to Aliana. And Hobbs will reset it. 3:52 remaining in the first half. Hobbs in command of this one all the way. Armitage working out there against John. They'll get it to Size. Size back to Armitage. Armitage bouncing it underneath to Navarro, who just checked in. Navarro gets popped in the face, and then she'll swing it over to Clay on the baseline to save her, then to Size. Left wing for 3. You leave Cotto that open, and Carolina will get you every time. So Size makes it a 48-11 ball game. Bouncing it, another turnover into the hands of Armitage. Aliana lays it up and in. Aliana Armitage now with 9 in the ball game. Full court press stays on for the Lady Eagles to Bailey. And she'll move it up, and Hobbs will tick it away. Well, it'll stay Piedra Vista basketball. So Hargrove back in the game for Clay. So Curley back into the game too for Piedra Vista. Hargrove, Navarro. And on the inbound, and the 3 Hoyan up, no good, and the rebound by Size. It'll be Hobbs basketball, empty possession again for Piedra Vista. Toss it over, work it around, Bren with it, pulls up from the free throw line, thought about shooting it, then gets it over to Muniz, who puts up the push from about 10, no good, and it'll be Navarro with the rebound, her first, back to the free throw line, shot up, no good by Armitage, and the rebound going to be made by Curley. That's her first. She is one of the leading rebounders on this team. Curley gets it back from Bailey, and Hobbs will just take it away from her. And that will be Armitage up and in. 11 for Aliana, all coming in this second quarter. As Bailey turning it on, and then they're going to get Armitage with the bump. That'll be her second personal. First team foul on Hobbs. 52-11 in favor of the Lady Eagles. Armitage going to check out. Let's see who came in her place. Is that, well, that's going to be Madison Zepeda back in. Is Bailey going to check out? And Stanley back in. Stanley, Pierce, Curley, Hoyan, and they're going to call a jump ball as Cotto tied her up. I don't know how, but she did, and that'll be turnover number 25. As the navy and white clad faithful in attendance here tonight not liking that call. Well, Hobbs up by 41 with 2:15 remaining here in the first. Now to the front court, it'll be Hargrove, and then we'll have a foul called away from the basketball. It'll be on Hobbs. They're going to call Size on the offensive foul, her first personal. 6 turnover for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. So that'll be the second team foul on the Lady Eagles. Full court press is on once again. To the front court. Bringing it out. Is working it around, and Hobbs will force another turnover. Zepeda pushing it forward to Navarro. Navarro, no look backdoor pass, getting it up to Muniz. She's got 7 in the ball game. 54-11 and another turnover, and then Curley going to foul Size after she forced the turnover. 4th team foul on Piedra Vista, and they are just having all kinds of trouble hanging on to the basketball.
Substitution for the Lady Panthers, number 5, Jordis Fage.
So Fage back in for Piedra Vista. Size, Hargrove, Zepeda, Navarro, and Muniz on the floor for the Lady Eagles. 54-11 the score, 99 seconds to go here in the first half. To Size as she works against Stanley. Over to Zepeda. Stanley picks her up quickly. Then toss it deep left corner. That'll be Muniz. Takes it on the left baseline. Tosses it partially tipped to Size. Right wing for 3. That went off the back of the iron and then bounces through, and they wave it off. And oh, they're going to say it hit the strap on top. And so the Boo Birds are out. That's the right call. I don't like it because it was awful impressive, but it is the right call. As Pierce will take it in, she'll get it to Hoyan. Hoyan back to Pierce, to Fage, to Curley. Curley for 3 from the Top of the arc, shot up, no good. And it'll be Hargrove with the rebound, her first. Brin, the little crossover, takes it to the left block. The 12-footer up, no good. And Curley with the rebound. And they're going to get Hobbs for the foul as Navarro battling with Curley. Yep, they're going to get it on Navarro. Her first personal, third team foul on Hobbs. Up 54-11, 1:04 remaining here in the first half. The high inbound comes to Pierce. Pierce pushing it over, gets it to Fage across the timeline. Looking for some room to work. Back to Pierce. Working out around the 10-foot line, far side. To Curley in the right elbow. Madison gets on her quick, and Curley just takes it hard to the rack. No good. Gets her own rebound. Her third. Sets it out to Hoyan. Her three ball is up. No good. And it'll be Navarro with another rebound for the Lady Eagles. Arelli pushing it into the front court with Zepeda. Zepeda takes it. Papa shot. Right slot. Bang. Madison Zepeda. Welcome to the scorebook, young lady. 57-11. And into the front court and going down hard is Pierce. She was trying to draw the foul against Hargrove. Instead, they say play on, goes out of bounds, and it stays Lady Panther basketball. Probably going to be a very fast second half as Pierce just throws it off the back of Muniz on the inbound, gets it up, no good, and Navarro with the rebound. Navarro gets crunched by Hoyan, but Hobbs will maintain possession. To Size, wide open, right corner, and bang! Carolina Size has her third tray of the ball game. And it is a 60-11 ball game. And then we'll have a kick ball. Oh, wow, they're going to say that Piedra Vista touched that one last. That looked like a kick ball from up here. I mean, I'm wearing black and gold, but I'm not sure that was the right call. Atlanta Bolton will check in for the Lady Eagles. 28 turnovers now for Piedra Vista. A 49-point Hobbs lead with 0.6 of a second remaining here in the first half. Chloe Hickman comes in for Piedra Vista. So sized inbound, it was 0.6 of a second to go. Carolina gets it into Muniz at the buzzer for three off the backboard and no good. And we have played a half from here at Tasker Arena. First round matchup, the Lady Eagles in command, 60-11. We'll be back with your Hobbs Lady Eagle halftime report coming up as the Lady Eagles continue here on Eagle 100.5. And back here at Tasker Arena, opening round of the playoffs, and the Lady Eagles taking it to the Piedra Vista Lady Panthers 62-11. Our halftime score. I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. And let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one for Piedra Vista. Then the Tyler Hoyan show. She's got 9 points in the first half. Problem is, she's the only one who's been very consistent for Piedra Vista. Shanna John, the only other scorer, she's got 2 points in the game. That's it, 9-2, that makes 11. No chances at the free throw lines for Piedra Vista in the first half. They turned the ball over 28 times. Ouch. Scored 4 points in the first and 7 in the second. That's how they get to their 11 on the board. They are doing a good job on the boards, though. There's 2, 4, 7, 10, 11, 12. That's 15. That is 18 rebounds for Piedra Vista in the first half. They stopped Hobbs from getting a couple of second and third looks there. So doing a nice job on the rebounding. Turning the page for the Hobbs Lady Eagles tonight. 2 Lady Eagles in double figures in the first half. 13 points for Brett Clay, 11 for Aliana Armitage. Brent Hargrove with 9, Carolina Sides with 9, 7 points for Caselyn Muniz. Then you got 5 points for Kendall Cunningham, 3 points Madison Zapata, and 3 points for Nakaya Mojica. Hobbs went 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Brent Clay, the leading rebounder, with 4. Cunningham and Navarro not far behind her with 3 apiece. So Hobbs, let's see, that's 5, 6, 7, 10. That is 15 rebounds. So Piedra Vista out-rebounding Hobbs in that first half, 18-15. Hobbs with just 6 turnovers, though, in that first half. They scored 25 in the first, 35 in the second to put up 60 on the board. In case you're wondering what Piedra Vista is averaging on the season, they're only averaging 48 points a game, so it is going to be an uphill climb. With a 49-point Lady Eagle lead, it will be running clock for Hobbs in the second half. I would expect Coach Carpenter to come out and pretty much just play keep away, as we've seen him do. They get a good open look, maybe they'll take it, but for the most part, just going to try and eat that clock because it will be running clock. Other scores from around Lee County tonight. Eunice victorious earlier tonight, and they'll play Mesa Vista more than likely at 6:30 on Tuesday night from the Rio Rancho Event Center as they won 49-42. You've got a good one going on at Wildcat Gym in Lovington. Halftime of that one on Lovington Sports YouTube. Lady Cats, number 8 in the state in Class 4A, leading number 9, Hope Christian, by a score of 24-21. The Tatum Lady Coyotes up by 10 at half in their first round matchup against Estancia. And then you got the Jowl Lady Panthers trailing late in the first half from up in Pecos. So no question on this one here tonight. The Hobbs Lady Eagles came out and reeled off 17 points to start this one off, and have not looked back since. A 17-0 run to start the game has given Hobbs full control and full command of this one as the mascots and the girls' little dribblers out and doing their thing. Always great to see the little ones get involved too. Of course, they've been doing that with the boys for many years and started doing it with the girls within the last decade or so, but good to see that happening as well. So a full night of basketball going on here tonight. Of course, we got a full day and night of basketball tomorrow, too. Full weekend of basketball, if you will. Tomorrow night, right back here at Tasker Arena, the Hobbs boys will be in action. They'll be taking on the Las Cruces Bulldogs. Ty Friend will have the call for you right here on Eagle 100.5, Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. I'll be making the trip up to Albuquerque with the Lovington boys as they'll be up in the Duke City to take on the Valley Vikings at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. Dawn Morgan doing Lovington girls tonight. She'll be doing Eunice boys tomorrow, filling in for Jimmy and the crew. In Albuquerque, taking on Legacy Academy, the Silverbacks, maybe my favorite mascot name in New Mexico. Still hope our Lee County team beats them. So that'll be at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. We were not able to secure the video rights for that game for the Eunice boys tomorrow, but we will have the audio for you. Eunice Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. And then the early game tomorrow will be the Jowl Panthers. They'll be in Espanola at McCurdy for that matchup. Ron Gunner with that one, audio only on the Jowl Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. And hey, I almost forgot, we got Hobbs baseball tomorrow too as the Black Gold Slugfest underway. Hobbs boys taking on Farmington, 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. Charlie Fairbrush, he'll be taking care of that one for us tomorrow. Hobbs Sports YouTube at 12:30. Of course, best of luck to the Hobbs Lady Eagles too. The softball portion of the Slugfest going on right now too. Our first Hobbs softball broadcast will be next week, Thursday, as they take on the Lovington Lady Cats from Veterans Memorial Complex. So 60-11 our score. Hobbs in command of this one. It'll be running clock when we start the second half. So we'll be back in 1 minute to start said second half. First round of the playoffs. Hobbs and Piedra Vista here on Eagle 100.5, Hobbs Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com. Back here at Tasker Arena, getting ready for the start of the second half of this one. Opening round of the 2025 NMAA Nucinda Credit Union State Girls Championships. The #1 Lady Eagles proving why they are the top team in the state. They are up by 49 points over Piedra Vista. It'll be Piedra Vista basketball as we start the second half, as you got Hargrove, Armitage, Clay, Cunningham, and Mojica on the floor for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. As you've got Fage, Stanley, Pierce, Curley, and Hoyan on the floor, and Hobbs pulls another turnover down into the hands of Cunningham, and Kendall will take it up and in, and just like that, the Lady Eagles keep their foot on the gas. 62-11 our score. Hobbs scores first. Pierce with Armitage on her, very, very tight. Needs some help. She'll toss it to Curley. Curley throwing it over, getting it to Fage in the right block, and then out Hoyan. 3-ball up, no good. Hoyan gets Curley with the rebound. She'll toss it over. Pierce will save it, but then it'll be Bryn Hargrove who says, no, thank you, that's mine. So Bryn to the front court, tossing over. They'll wind up to Mojica in the left wing for three, and bang! Nakaya Mojica has her second tray of the ball game. No, Hobbs keeping their foot on the gas here early, and a bad pass, and it goes right off the head of Pierce. They'll wind up getting it to Hoyan, and she'll drive in, and she'll be fouled. And that should be the first trip to the line tonight for Piedra Vista. They'll call that on Cunningham, the push. Kendall's first personal. First team foul on Hobbs.
First team foul, the Lady Eagles.
So Hoyan will go to the line to shoot two. First one up for Hoyan is up, and it is good. So Hoyan gets it. 65-12 is the score. Of course, clock is still moving. Second one, Hoyan's up, and it is good. She gets them both. She's their leading free throw shooter, too, shooting 80% on the season. So back down for the Lady Eagles. Hargrove to Cunningham, who works against Curley. Goes to the floor, and they'll call the block foul. I think they're probably going to get Stanley on this one. Well, they're going to get Curley on it. That'll be her second personal, but the first team foul on Piedra Vista. Stays Hobbs basketball in their own end. Mojica just right of her own bucket on the baseline to toss it in, tossing it into Clay. Clay to the free throw line, then leaves it off for Cunningham, left corner, and she's going to be blocked, but Kendall takes it right back from Hoyan. Then Kendall will drive it in on the left base and push it up and in. Cunningham now with 9. Curley Working it over. They get it into the corner to Pierce. That was Holian. Going to be partially blocked. That'll wind up in the hands of Brett Clay. Then trying to get it to Mojica. Almost stolen away by Holian. Mojica takes it back. She'll sling it over. Hargrove to the right corner for three. That one is off the mark. Battle for the rebound, and Cunningham will wind up with it. Her putback not going to go, and then that'll be Armitage going hard to the floor. Aliana will wind up with it and feed it out, and Hobbs will reset to Cunningham. The little floater up, and that one no good. And Curley with her fifth board of the ball game. She leads all the rebounders. Toss it down to Holian. She'll toss it, trying to get it into the middle, and she will to Fage. Fage puts up a little floater. That one not going to fall, and Cunningham will come away with the basketball. Kendall to Mojica from the right slot for three. Yes, ma'am. Bang! Nakaya Mojica has her third three of the ball game. And it is a 70-13 Hobbs victory, or not victory, but in the lead as Clay almost steals that one away and then boots it through. Of course, once you get up to Albuquerque next week, I have a feeling things are going to get tougher and tougher. Might very well wind up playing Clovis. I'll see if I can get an update for you on that one before we go off the air tonight. Clovis number 8 in the state. Curley to Fage, free throw line, partially blocked into the hands of Holian. She'll take it off the right glass and up and in. Tyler Holian now with 13 points in the ball game. And then a three back the other way, and bang, as Brett Clay says, all right, I'll just put up that one. Right at the halfway mark of the third, Hobbs up 73-15. To Holian, right corner, her three ball up, no good, and Cunningham will have her sixth board of the ball game. Kendall to Hargrove. Bren to Mojica, left slot, three ball up, no good. Ball loose on the court, and it'll be tracked down in the corner by Hargrove. Then back out to Clay, in and out, no good. Armitage will have another rebound. Aliana will reset it with 3.5. To Bren, thinks about the three from the right slot, now to Aliana. Armitage moves it from the left to the right, takes it into the right wing, no good. And then out top of the arc, Cunningham for three, and Kendall, bang! 12 points for Kendall Cunningham as the threes raining for the Lady Eagles, 76-15. 51 points up are the Lady Eagles. Three ball up by Stanley. That one no good. It'll be another rebound for Kendall. That'll be her seventh. Cunningham to the front court to Hargrove. Hargrove left corner for three. That one up no good. Battle for the rebound. Kendall will come away with it and then going to get fouled before Stanley can take it away from her. Now they're going to call that on Curley, not Stanley. And we will have subs coming in for both teams. A hockey line change coming in for Coach Reed. And Zepeda and Muniz checking in for Hobbs. Also Carolina Size. Size will push it into Hargrove. Thinks about the three. Getting to her quickly was Keyswood. And then Carolina from the right elbow. Shot up no good. And it'll be Keyswood with the rebound. She'll bring it herself into the front court. Keyswood around to Reed. Reed bouncing it underneath. They'll take it. Top of the arc with John. Like John to Keyswood. On her tight is Zepeda. Back to Reed. Back to Keyswood. Zepeda on her tight. And then a foul going to be called on Size. Second personal on Carolina. Second team foul on Hobbs. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. 76-15. Hobbs in command. Of course, running clock here as the bounce pass will come in into the hands of John. Almost losing it. She'll have to save it out to Reed. Reed from the left corner. That one up no good. Might have kissed the front. Hargrove with the rebound and then almost loses it, and she will lose it. Trying to save it is Mojica. And that'll be a turnover for the Lady Eagles. Their seventh, seventh of the ball game. 90 seconds to go here in the third. 76-15 on the inbound. Reed will get it to John, and that one going to be bounced around and right into the hands of the Lady Eagles. Hobbs will push it back down. Zepeda to Hargrove to Size. Back to Hargrove, working the right wing. Top of the arc to Muniz as Reed will pick her up quickly. Zepeda thinks about the three, and then he'll just take it through the paint into the left corner with Mojica, and bang! Nakaya Mojica with 12 in the ball game makes it 79-15. Under a minute to go here in the third, and then a foul on Madison Zepeda. Zepeda going to pick up the foul. That'll be her first personal. Third team foul on Hobbs. And I do have that Clovis update, as right now Clovis Volcano Vista in the third. They are knotted up at 29 apiece. Thanks, Evie. Back at Eagle Central, giving me that to Reed. Takes it on the right baseline, and then they'll call a foul on Hobbs. Nope, they're going to say she stepped on the baseline. Another turnover for Piedra Vista. Just too many turnovers tonight for the Lady Panthers. Going to be a case of what might have been, as another three ball up for... That was Bryn Hargrove from WNBA distance, and she's got 12. Makes it 82-15, and then another turnover and the shot up. That one not going to fall, and the rebound by John at the buzzer. So we head to the fourth. All Hobbs in this one, 82-15 over Piedra Vista. We're back in a minute for the fourth quarter. Lady Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Coming back, starting the fourth quarter, all Hobbs in this one as they lead it 82-15, a 22-4, 19-3 is in the ball game, 24 the state record. So Hobbs going to be maybe thinking about going for that record. In command of this one, it is running clock as Muniz with it. She'll go around Curley, and she'll take it hard to the rack and up and in for Caselin. She's got 9 in the ball game, and just like that, Hobbs keeps it rolling. Now up by 69 points. Muniz playing tough as they'll get it to Curley on a nifty little pass. Curley to Stanley, and then back out. Get it to Olean. Olean from the right block. The little 12-foot runner. That one up no good. Battle for the rebound goes out, and Curley touches it last. It'll be Hobbs basketball. So Hobbs 5 trays away from the state record. I'm not sure that really matters. You just want to win this game and get there early as Mojica from the left corner for 3, and bang! Nakaya Mojica with 15 points. And now Hobbs is 4 away from tying the record. And then Mojica going to get ticked for the foul as she ran into Curley. The Boo Birds are out. I think that's probably a good call, even though I'm wearing the black and gold. Her third personal on Mojica. First team foul on Hobbs. So inbounding, it'll be Michaela Perea. She'll toss it into the backcourt with Fage. Fage back to Perea, almost losing it. Splits 2 Lady Eagles. Back to Fage. She'll take it up. Picks up the dribble. Hobbs tanking on her very tight. She's just going to roll that one through, and it'll be a kick ball. And it'll stay Piedra Vista basketball on their own baseline. So no question, Hobbs heading to the pit in Albuquerque on Tuesday. As Stanley to Fage. Fage bouncing it to Curley, then out to Olean from the right wing. 3 ball up, no good, and it'll be Size with her third board of the ball game. She'll roll it to Hargrove. Bren to the front court. Pop a shot, left slot. That one is no good. Ball loose on the floor, still loose, as Muniz will come away with it. And then a whistle sounds as that one goes out of bounds, was swatted out by Fage. It'll stay Hobbs basketball. As Brett Clay will check in with 5.5 to go. Of course, Hobbs will take on the winner of Clovis Volcano Vista. Hobbs, of course, beaten both of those teams, but weird things happen in the pit. Almost over the head of Brett, and that's saying something. Gives it right back to Nakaya. Mojica working against Olean. Now to Hargrove. Hargrove takes it against Stanley. And tosses over Mojica, left corner for three. That one off the mark, and nobody there but Fage for the rebound. That'll give Piedra Vista a chance to bring it back down to Holy Ann. In a little trouble, spins, pushes it up, and wow, gets it to go. Nifty little shot there. Or Tyla Holy Ann. So 13 points for her in the game, and then a full timeout for the Lady Panthers. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the game. We're back in 1 minute. Lady Eagle basketball continues on KEJL, Humble City Hobbs. Lady Eagle basketball out of the Lady Panthers timeout. All Hobbs in this one. To Brett Clay. Hobbs up 87-17. Mojica from the left corner for three, and bang! Mojica gets Hobbs now down to within 3 of the state three-point record. It's to the front court with Stanley. Stanley tossing it to Curley. Curley for three from the right wing. That one no good, and the rebound will be brought down by Perea. Perea takes it hard to the rack. Her shot up no good. Winds up with her own rebound, her second. They'll reset it with Curley. Curley spins through the lane, takes it up and in. Curley now with 4 points in the ball game. 90-17, Hobbs in control. Mojica from the left slot and up and in. Mojica with another one. She's got 21 in the ballgame, now 93-17. Hobbs within 2 of the three-point record as Brett Clay backs it up to Hargrove, right slot for three, and Bren puts it down. She's got 15. And now it is 96-19, 3:55 to go. And a timeout taken on the floor by Coach Joey Carpenter as Hobbs has tied the three-point record. So with the timeout, we'll be back in 1 minute. Lady Eagle basketball continues on Eagle 100.5. Back here at Tasker Arena, Piedra Vista basketball. Reed to the front court, and she tries to split two Lady Eagles, and they have cleared the bench out, and they're going to get Rivera for her first personal. Corelli seeing her first action today. So Hobbs, I believe, has tied the state three-point record. Well, the inbound will come into the backcourt with John. Octi John back to Jamie Pierce. Pierce takes it into the deep right corner. Mojica swats that one away from her and almost gets the call. It'll stay Piedra Vista basketball. Hobbs 4 away from putting up a hundo for the second time this season. Oh, picking up the dribble, having to toss it over. That'll be Pierce with it. Tosses it into the middle. It'll be another turnover for Piedra Vista. Rivera to Addison. As Addison puts up a three ball, that one no good, and off of the tip, it'll go out of bounds off Piedra Vista. Addison Everhart in the ball game. Brett Clay will inbound it, gets it into Nakaya Mojica. Mojica pushing it off to Size. Size will hand it off to Brett Clay. Picking her up quickly is Reed. To Mojica. I have a feeling they're not going to give her anything to look at. Size almost losing it. Get it back to Brett, top of the arc. She backs it up. Tough pressure against Pierce. Everhart thinks about the three. Now she'll just run it in, put up the shot from the right slot. Slices, dices, and Hobbs within 2 points of a hundo with 2:28 to go and running clock. As the ball loose on the floor, it'll be another turnover to Brett Clay. Brett for three, right side, and bang! And Hobbs will have the record. Brett Clay with 19 in the ball game, and the three ball. Hobbs, number 24. Hobbs is tied, and another turnover. Hobbs has their 101. Another three ball up. That one no good, and the rebound going to be brought down by Rivera. Three ball up. As Hobbs will work it around with 1:54 remaining for Mojica. Bang! Nakaya Mojica. And Hobbs holds the record, and now a 104-19 ball game with 1:40 to go. And they're going to get Rivera for the bump foul. Corelli's second personal, and the Hobbs Lady Eagles with the record for three-pointers in a ball game. Leading this one 104-19. So the Hobbs Lady Eagle three-point record, as that'll pull the rest of the starters out, I would think. And so Alana Bolton checking in, Katie Godwin in. Aurelie Navarro also coming in for Hobbs. That inbound will come into John. John to Pierce for three. That one is off the mark, but she'll wind up with her own rebound. That's her third board of the ball game. And out, an 18-footer put up by John. That one no good, and it'll be Navarro with the rebound, her fourth. Aurelie to the front court, hands it off to Everhart. Everhart splits around, flies around John, puts up a shot, no good. And they're going to get John for the foul, her first personal, first team foul. And that'll put Addison Everhart at the line to shoot two, and that will end this one. Hobbs Lady Eagles victorious tonight. The only question will be, what's the score going to be? So the freshman Everhart at the line with 2 points and make it three. 105-19. Absolute domination tonight for the Lady Eagles. Second for Addison is up, and it is good. She's got four in the ball game. 106-19 the score. Hobbs putting on the exhibition as the Start the Bus chant starts. And so moving it around, working it to John. She'll pull a three-point trigger, and it'll rattle home. John makes this a 106-22 ball game, and the Hobbs Lady Eagles are victorious tonight in the opening round of the state playoffs, 106-22, and we'll be moving on to take on the winner of Clovis and Volcano Vista. Lady Eagles setting a state three-point record tonight in dominating fashion. We'll be back in 3 minutes to wrap this one up. Lady Eagle basketball continues on Eagle 100.5. Welcome back to your Hobbs Lady Eagle postgame show. Domination tonight for the Lady Eagles as they take Piedra Vista out 106-22. Yeah, that's not a misprint or a mishearing. 106-22, an 84-point victory tonight for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. For Piedra Vista, Tyla Holyen, she finished up with 15 points, led the way for Piedra Vista, so that young lady having a good game. But Piedra Vista not able to hang on to the basketball. 36 turnovers in the game. They go 2 of 2 from the free throw line, had 26 rebounds as a team. For the Lady Eagles, they set the state record for three-pointers in a ball game with 26, 8 of them coming from Nakaya Mojica. 24 points for Mojica, all of them from beyond the arc. Also in double figures tonight, Brett Clay with 19, 15 for Bryn Hargrove. Kendall Cunningham with 12, 11 points for Aliana Armitage, 9 for Carolina Size, 9 points for Caselyn Muniz. Then let's see, you had 4 points for Addison Everhart coming off the bench, 3 points for Madison Zepeda. Leading rebounder was Cunningham. She had 8:30 as a team tonight for Hobbs. They go 5 of 6 from the free throw line, only turned the ball over 8 times. Scored 25 in the first, 35 in the second, 22 in the third, and 24 in the fourth to get to 106 on the board. So the second time this season, the Lady Eagles have put 100 on a team. First time since very early back in El Paso against Pebble Hills early in the season. Have a feeling it's probably not going to be as easy on Tuesday night, as apparently there's a death match going on up at the Rock between Volcano Vista and Clovis. The winner of that game will take on Hobbs from the pit in Albuquerque at 1:15 on Tuesday afternoon. We will have that game for you on Eagle 100.5. Also, Hobbs Sports YouTube. It will be audio only on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. We do not have video rights for any of the games in the Albuquerque Metro once the quarterfinals start. But absolute domination tonight for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. So hats off to Coach Carpenter and his Lady Eagles, tuning it up and getting ready for the quarterfinals, trying to get back in to the big dance, the final game of the season. So Hobbs will improve to 27-1 on the year. Tomorrow night, right back here at Tasker Arena, join Ty Friend at 5:45. The Hobbs boys taking on Las Cruces. That game at 5:45 pregame, tip-off at 6 o'clock. The Hobbs boys opening their state tournament. We've got more basketball going on all over the place tonight. It's a barn burner up at Wildcat Gym tonight. The Lovington Lady Cats leading 42-41 with about 3 minutes to go in that one. And at the start of the fourth quarter in Clovis 38, Volcano Vista 36. That could become a very physical final 8 minutes there, but the winner of that game awaits the juggernaut that is the Hobbs Lady Eagles. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one and a wrap on the Lady Eagles season here at Tasker Arena, where they went undefeated this year at Tasker, and now they move on to the pit with their eyes on the Big Blue Trophy. For Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing, I'm TJ Miracle. Tonight's game has been brought to you by our friends at NMR Pipeline, Thriftway in La Tienda, SunGuard Precision, Rent-A-Center, Eunice Pump and Supply, New Mexico Junior College, Lasco Construction, DNC Electric, Hydrotech Services, The Coffee Shop, IPS Incorporated, XL Energy, Lico, also Outlaw Grill, Hobbs Rental, and Albertsons Market. Tonight's game has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and Eagle 100.5 with rights granted by the New Mexico Activities Association and purchased by New Walmart Broadcasting Corporation. Again, for Evie in studio, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Tasker Arena. The Lady Eagles victorious tonight, 106-22. Good night, everybody.